Hey everyone, you're listening to Kinda Tempted,
I'm Kimai,
and I'm Tanisha.
and today we're kind of tempted to make peace with fitness. Let's go.
Hey.
Alrighty. So, again, with that title, do y'all know what we're talking about? No? All right, Tanisha, what are we talking about today?
Oh my goodness. So today I'm really excited because anything about fitness I feel like I've been really into for like the past year, but because we're both passionate about fitness, we're going to break fitness down into like a few different episodes. So
Hmm.
today is about our initial mentalities, I would say, surrounding fitness, and then the progression of that mentality over time and
Hmm.
where we are right now in terms
Yep,
of fitness. Yeah,
our fitness journey.
so exciting.
Lots of up and downs, but we're here now, and I
Definitely.
I think we're both better than ever too.
Yeah, this is exactly the right time for me personally to be talking about it because I don't think I have been mentally comfortable with the topic of fitness until just recently. Maybe
Yeah.
like a couple months ago, like I realized like I'm okay now. And
Yeah.
before I really was not okay. So I'm very proud of myself for just making it this far, honestly.
I'm proud of you too. I'm
Oh my
proud.
gosh, thank you.
But as Tanisha was saying, it's not just the physical part that we're talking about. We're also going to hit on the mental health that is revolved around fitness. Like we can have another episode about our mental health general in a
Oh my
period
God.
in general. But today we're going to kind of incorporate our journey and our, like Tanisha said, our changing mentalities. And I think we are here and we are a lot better than we were before. So, getting started with fitness, both of us, we have a pretty active background from our family, I feel like, or like just
Mhm.
growing up around sports. I grew up with tennis and I had a lot of boy cousins that we would play a lot of really active, like Nerf guns, sharks and minnows, monkey in the middle. Like we would be outside. We'd have dinner, we'd go outside and we'd run around. Ultimate frisbee, things like that. So I would say that's kind of where I became more active and I had fun doing those certain activities with friends and family. We would always play tennis with my dad and sister and stuff. How about you, Tanisha?
Yeah, so I also had a background in sports. I started playing soccer when I was very young. I want to say elementary school, like I started playing soccer.
My goodness.
And I went through like, the youth version of like soccer where like everybody plays, everybody has fun, like that's the goal. And then I went into competitive with like club and like high school and stuff like that. So for my entire young life until college, I was deeply in soccer, and that's all I knew about fitness pretty much. And that was my consistent physical activity when I was young. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the same thing with me and tennis. I mean, actually, when I was young, I hated tennis. Surprisingly, I hated it. And it was because I just felt like I was forced to play it. Like I was forced to go to these lessons. I would be forced to go and play tennis, and I wasn't good at it because I was so small. My dad was really good, my mom, my siblings were good, and I just felt like I was picking up the balls all the time, so I hated it. But as I got older, and I think I didn't really get into tennis until high school. I joined the tennis team, and then I was basically playing tennis year round. I was playing on the girls' team, and then I was managing the boys' team, and I would also play during their
Wow.
practices as well.
Ooh.
But the same thing as you, other than that, like I didn't really know anything else about fitness. I think maybe I dabbled with some like YouTube videos in high school, but other than that, it was mostly just tennis, and I thought I was being active because I played tennis.
Yeah, same. Like I never really felt the need to exercise outside of soccer, which is like counterintuitive if you're trying to be competitive, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like you should be practicing every single day in order to get better than whoever you're going to be competing against, right? But I was more like I did my twice a week soccer practice, I'm good, and that means I'm healthy because I've been doing this and that's it.
Yeah, I thought so
Yeah.
too. I would, because I think practices were like 3 to 5 or something. So they were like 2 hours when it was in season. And then after, I would just eat like shit though. So I was like,
Oh my God, me
yeah,
too.
like I'd go home and I'd have like a hamburger or like fries or chips, like things like,
Yes.
not saying, I'm not saying that you can't eat those, but I
Hmm.
ate those all the time. And I was just like, you know what? I worked out. I didn't even think that. I was just like, I just had a long day at school and tennis. I'm going to eat whatever the fuck I want, you know?
Yeah, I feel like so I had practice later in the day. I feel like it would end at like 8 p.m. So I would do my homework, go to practice, and then my mom would be like, "Okay, like what do you want to eat?" And then we would go pick up like some kind of takeout, like one of the foods you
Mhm.
mentioned, right? And it's only so like I'm so enthusiastic about this topic because I didn't realize the impact that food had on me, like, and how it made me
Mhm.
feel until, like, after college. Like, it
Yeah.
just really didn't register to me. I was like, whether I eat like, using a salad as a healthy alternative, okay? Whether I had a salad or a burger, like, I wouldn't feel any difference in, like, my performance or, like, I wasn't aware of it.
Mhm.
Like, maybe I did play better when I ate healthy, or maybe I didn't, but I didn't feel it until later, so.
That's the beauty of being young. You can do
Oh
whatever
my
fuck you want to your
god.
body and it just goes, it just keeps going.
Oh
Like
my god.
I'm very clumsy, and when I was playing tennis in high school, I would sprain my ankle at least once in the season, and I didn't prop I feel like I never properly healed it before going back. I'd just be like a week or two later
Me
like
too.
I'm done, let's go. I'll be back in the game next week or something,
Oh my
and
gosh.
now I'm suffering as an adult.
I forgot we had that in common also. I did also sprain my ankle every single summer.
Yeah.
It was right or left. I think I, like, switched back and forth a few times, and
Yeah,
I
me
was just
too.
yeah, like, and I was so upset, and I was like, "But, like, I'll be back soon. It'll be
Yeah,
okay."
I'll be fine.
But, like, now I'm, like, hyper aware of my ankles and all of my
Me
joints just
too.
in case something happens, because
Yeah,
I never want that again.
because now if I go down, I'm down for a while. Like,
Yeah.
you won't see me back up
Yeah,
in 2 weeks. You'll see me back up in like 2 months maybe, okay? And then I'll
exactly.
still have some residual effects going on.
Yeah, we don't work out to, like, be cute and, like, be healthy. We work out to stay alive. We
Yeah,
work out so we can walk without falling, basically.
exactly. Because you need to strengthen yourself
Yeah,
or else you're gonna break yourself, okay?
absolutely. You gotta look out for your body, okay? You only get one.
You only
So,
get one,
you only get
okay?
one, that's it. I don't know, maybe in the future we'll, be able to download our minds into robots. I don't know, we'll see, but right now,
Right now we
that's
got
not a
one.
thing. Right
That
now we
we
got
got
one.
one. Yeah. And God, I mean, going further into that, I'm the same as you, where I didn't really understand fitness, I feel like,
Mhm.
until college and even after college.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest difference has been maybe this past year or year and a half, where I felt so a lot more secure with myself and like how I work out and everything than I was before. And I think we could like kind of step into the mentality we had around fitness. So, what was your mentality as you were growing up, different periods of your life?
Ooh, all right. So the mentality, dude, like I grew up with soccer, and soccer was pretty much my entire identity. Like, if somebody asked me, like, oh, okay, tell me about yourself. When I was younger, I would be like, I play soccer and I'm athletic. I put air quotes because I'm not really athletic. I think I just train myself to be. I don't think my body is like actually made for athleticism. Okay. Um, but that was everything to me. And I was like, automatically like, oh, I play a sport, I'm healthy. And I
Mhm.
think also in my mind, I was like, I am better than anyone who doesn't play a sport, or I'm better than anyone who isn't active because I know that being active is good. So if you're not doing that, then you're automatically bad. And I'm not saying that is a right or a good mentality at all, but that is just how I grew up. And I feel like being in a competitive sport too, like if you didn't perform well, then like that that would ruin your day because that was everything. It's like how well I
Yeah.
performed would determine like my worth as a person. And I do think that I projected that mentality onto other people and my friends. And I was so critical on other people when they didn't work out because I would feel the same way about myself when I didn't work out or do any physical activity. So
Damn, you intense.
it was it was really it was really bad. It was really bad. Um and obviously, well, we'll talk about it. You guys don't know yet, but it's a lot better now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about you?
For me, I feel like I wasn't as intense as you were.
Oh my god.
I mean, I definitely compared myself. I'll go into that.
Yeah.
But I think for me, like I grew up with like I grew up kind of a chubby kid. No, I was a chubby kid. And a lot of like my relatives would compare me with like other kids, or
Mhm.
I would compare myself. So I grew up in an area that was mostly like Asian, San Jose. And so a lot of Asians are usually, I mean, I don't want to generalize too much, but like the Asian people I was around and growing up with, they were like small, petite, slim, right?
Mhm.
But for me, I was taller and I was bigger than most Asian people growing up with. And I think because I was bigger, people would always assume like I was older, or they would like make fun of me. And so growing up, I always thought like, okay, like I want to look like my friends, they're small and petite. But then when I got into like tennis, I found my identity in tennis like you did with soccer. And I was pretty good at tennis. So I was really confident in my tennis skills. So I didn't compare myself too much. I definitely did, but whenever I would compare myself to anyone on the team, it was like, well, you know what? I think I'm either, better than them at tennis or on par, and I wouldn't take it like too hard on myself if they
Mhm.
looked a certain way and I couldn't look that way.
Mhm.
But of course, outside of tennis, there was still that comparison going on with me. Like a lot of my friends look super cute in like skirts or like short sleeves, and I felt like I didn't look that way. And I also compared myself when it was like the boys would like them, they wouldn't like me or whatever.
Mm.
And so I had really low confidence in myself outside of tennis. And I think, once I stopped playing tennis in high school, then all I had was like, okay, I can't even say that I play tennis anymore after I graduated from high school because I don't anymore. I'm not on the team anymore. And so all I had was this low self-esteem.
Yes. Wow. I completely feel that when my sports identity was taken away,
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be okay. I was like, "Wow, I have so much free time now," but, like, I really did freak the fuck out. Like, I internally, I was like, "Oh my god," like, I at first, like, I didn't do any exercise at all, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I'm just gonna, like, chill because, like, I'm fine, like, I still look okay, like, and I'm eating normally, and, like, everything is still fine," right? But then later, things started changing, like, like, physically, and just my mentality wasn't that great. And I was like, "What the fuck am I gonna do now?" Like, what am I gonna do now to, like,
Who am
get back
I?
to my no, literally, to get back to my identity.
Yeah.
I definitely felt like it was more important to me, like, okay, so growing up, I really did care about what other people think of me, and I still
Hmm.
do to an extent, but it's not as bad as it was back then, and it was very important for me to know that other people knew that I was being active and that I was being an athletic person. And it
Hmm.
didn't matter so much to me. Like, if I knew that I worked out that day, it's like I need other people to know so like I can feel good about myself. And then that thing about like body, I guess like body shape and body image according to sports, like I am a smaller person compared to the rest of the general population. And when we were growing up, it's like I think I grew in elementary school and then I stopped growing after that. Okay. So I was like the same size as everybody for a while. And like soccer is a contact sport and you have to like fucking get in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and like I was good until I got to high school and then everybody shot up. They were bigger than me. And I'm just like, I can't compete now. Suddenly I suck. Why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
And I really did feel a need to prove to myself, like, okay, I don't feel good. I don't have good self worth. So I need to prove to myself that I can be good by beating other people. So that's another reason why my um how much I love myself was like conditional upon others and like upon certain situations.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. I feel
yeah.
like when you get recognized by other people for doing a good job, you really ride that high.
Yeah.
But then after that high is done, like if you
Mhm.
don't have your own, self-worth or good thoughts about yourself, then you're just down until the next one comes, the next
Absolutely.
good comment comes.
Yeah.
And so I mean, both of us, when we were growing up, we were revolving our fitness around activities, right?
Mhm.
And then, as I mentioned, after I graduated from high school, went to college. That for me, that's when my mental health and mentality around fitness really was very, very toxic. Everyone talks about freshman fear 15,
Mhm.
you don't want to gain weight.
Yep.
You want to make sure you eat okay when you're in the dining halls and stuff. And so for me, I definitely fucking gained the freshman 15 because I was so excited. I went out, I ate a lot
Yeah.
outside, enjoyed my time. And then it just I looked at myself and I was like, "Oh my god, like I can't really fit into the clothes that I brought with me, or I look like I'm filling it in too much."
Right.
Wasn't comfortable anymore. And so I started working out because I wanted to alter myself to get back before my freshman 15 or 50. It could have been 50 to be
For
honest,
goodness.
but yeah, like that's where my
Oh.
mentality was like, I mean, I'm just going to be blunt, like you're fat, you have to work out so you can be what you were before. And again, I don't think I've ever really been slim in my life, but I definitely felt like I needed to reverse whatever the fuck I did to myself freshman year of
Mhm.
college. And that included doing a shit ton of cardio. I had no idea what I was doing. That's the mentality I was in, where I was like, I need to work out, but I don't know what the fuck
Mhm.
I'm doing,
Mhm,
you know?
mhm,
I
mhm.
hate running, but I'm going to do it. I
Yep.
hate this, but that's what
Yes.
everyone tells me to do.
Right.
So,
Yeah, dude. I feel like in school, like public school system, they don't really
mhm,
teach you they don't really teach you about nutrition. Maybe they mention it once a year and like that's it. And like I
yeah,
don't even remember anything if they did teach it, okay? They don't teach you anything about working out or
no,
maintaining good mental health. Like that was never mentioned. I feel like that is a very
no.
recent thing, with that being popular. So I do feel like you are just like a drop kicked out into the world after high school, and you're like, okay, I don't have this routine. I don't know what the fuck to
No.
do. My parents are not here to like cook every night, for
Mhm.
me to eat. So I'm always eating out. I'm going out. I'm enjoying my time with my new friends. And you're just kind of like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, also going back to what you were saying about no one teaches you anything
Yeah.
about how to have a sustainable like fitness journey after high school. When I was in high school, we would have like the fitness test. So you had the choice of being in PE, required to be in PE for 2 years. If you failed the fitness test, you had to take PE for I think another year, or
My
for the rest of the year.
gosh.
Yeah.
I
And
did
so
not have
like
that. Jeez.
it was freaking stressful because like people, the people who like to work out, they'd be like, I'm gonna take PE anyways, it doesn't matter. But for me, like I would get so much anxiety in PE because
Yes.
like I didn't really enjoy what was going
Oh
on.
my goodness.
And I just felt like judged every time we were doing something. So we would have these tests, and I think it was like, I can't remember, but there's a certain amount of test and you can only fail one. If you fail one, if you fail only one, then you're able to like skip PE for the rest of your high school career. And but the thing is that the one that you can fail is usually the one that you do fail is usually the BMI. And so everyone would get their BMI based on their height and weight, and many people failed that. So you fucking had to try really hard for
Oh
everything
my
else because
God.
you can't change your BMI, you know?
No.
So and then based on your BMI, you had to do a certain amount of mile time, and if your BMI was high, that was less of a mile time that you can get. So like
Oh my
someone who
God.
had a low BMI, they were able to do the mile in like 20 minutes. Someone with a high BMI, they'd have to finish it in like 8 minutes. And then that's
That's
impossible, you
ridiculous.
know? Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And so for that to be, I know the system is supposed to be like making sure the kids are healthy
Right.
or, force them into a few more years of PE, but like that, I feel like that really like fucked with everyone's mentality because there are those people
Absolutely.
who were able to fly through it and it was fine. But there are other people like me who stressed out because one, I didn't want my peers to know that I failed or not. I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't fail. I was able to pass. But when I was doing my mile time, because I had a higher BMI, I had to do a mile in a time I've never achieved before. And after I finished that, I made it, but I fucking fainted. And I remember that so clearly because, like, everyone was cheering me on that, like, "Oh my god, you passed," but I fucking fainted. Like, I don't think that's something that
Should be
should be.
celebrated.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so just when you were mentioning that, like, I remembered all of this
Oh my
testing,
God,
and it was stupid.
flashbacks.
Yeah,
Jeez.
triggered.
No, that's
So
definitely very traumatic.
yeah.
Yeah, I have a freaking problem. Okay, I'm uncomfy because I have a problem with all of that. Like, I have a problem with BMI because it's like, okay, but do you know what kind of lifestyle this particular child has? Do you
Yeah.
know what kind of health problems this particular
Mhm.
child has? Do you know, like, if they work out regularly? Like, there should also be like a survey along with that. And
Mhm.
BMI, like, every every man who's like freaking jacked, if they're short, it's just based on height and weight, right? So they
Yeah.
can be considered obese even if they're not,
Yeah.
just based on height and weight. And I think that it's the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely understand like the reasoning behind all of this, but it's very problematic and traumatic for
Yeah, I
kids
mean,
to go through.
I really hope things have changed. But if it hasn't, I think school should really be expressing that if you don't like running, because everyone fucking, I mean, for me, I was scared of the mile every time. That was not
Yes.
fun. um, they should teach the children that, there are other ways to work out that you can enjoy. And we
Right.
did do different activities, but it was always just kind of, it was shown as like, okay, just fun. But really, you're going to be tested on this mile time. You're going to be
Yeah.
tested on how many fucking sit ups you can do.
Mhm.
And yeah, so that was like a difficult time. And I think that's another reason that I
Yeah.
had such a low mentality around it because I felt like I was always being judged and I was so close to failing all the time. Like I had no sense of security when it came to those tests.
Yeah. Like, I can't imagine all of the kids that were very stressed out about trying to like do this test even when they already have all of these odds stacked against them,
Hmm.
and then especially because you're not taught how to take care of your body that well and how to be healthy, all of the absolutely unhealthy things that they went through right before the exam in order to pass it, like that just
Yeah.
blows my mind and I'm upset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
dude.
just goes through, that just follows through into like college for me, where like I didn't know what worked for me. So I
Hmm.
just did like a shit ton of cardio.
Yeah.
I was on the treadmill, I was on the elliptical. I saw someone lose a lot of weight on the elliptical, so I was like, "Oh, that's gonna work for me too." And I mean, I think cardio to a certain extent helps you burn fat, gets your heart rate up, but you don't have to do hours of cardio. And I wish I learned that earlier.
Yeah. Wow. Like, I feel everything that you just said because it's like, oh, I know this thing worked for this person, or they're just saying it worked for them. So
That's
it
true.
has to work for me too. It must, because look at her. Like, she looks so great, or him, whatever. But then you have to realize that every person's body is different. Everybody is different. Your metabolism is different. And you have all of these different factors that are never going to be exactly the same as somebody else.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I was exactly the same way when I started college. I was like, okay, I just came from soccer. I've never picked up weights in my life. What did we do in soccer? What can I do without a team of other people? Like, in a team sport, like, what can I do individually? I don't
Yeah.
fucking know. Oh, I can run because that's like soccer, except I'm not chasing a ball and it's torturous, but like I can do
Yeah.
that, okay, on a treadmill for like forever.
It's
And
terrible, but I'll do it.
yes, my mentality at the start of college was like, okay, so I know what foods are bad for me.
Yeah.
So I would go to the dining hall and I would just eat like chicken breast and like salad with no dressing.
Oh
Like
my
I
God,
would
I did
eat
the
spinach.
same.
Yeah. And I was miserable.
Oh
I was
God, yes.
absolutely miserable. And like on top of that, I would tell myself, okay, Tanisha, you have to run for 15 minutes every day and you have to get faster every day. And if I didn't meet that goal for myself, I would feel like a complete failure.
Yeah.
And along with the food thing, being very restrictive on myself, like, oh, I can only eat these certain things. I I had like a panic attack that was like kind of internal. Nobody really saw it, but I have this story where you share a dorm room freshman year with like one or two other roommates. I had one roommate at the time. Hi, Cheyenne. She's the
Shout
best,
out to Cheyenne.
dude. She taught me how to grow up, literally. Okay, like in
Oh.
that one year. But so what happened was usually she went home for the weekends and I would stay on the weekends just because like whatever, like I'm just staying. So I would be by myself and then she would come back Sunday night, right? And I was studying and I remembered I was like I know she keeps granola bars under her bed in a box. And I was like I hadn't let myself have sugar. I hadn't let myself have like treats or like any processed things in a while. And I
Wow.
was like, that granola bar sounds really great. Like, Tanisha, you could just go under the bed and like get a granola bar and she wouldn't know. And so I did that. I went under the bed and I opened the box and I like had my hand on the granola bar. And then I heard the door start to open and I was sitting on the floor with a granola bar in my hand and like her and her she has many siblings and her parents were like staring at me and I'm just like I have this granola bar that has been clearly taken from under your bed and I was like hi and she's like hi and she's very sweet and she just like kind of let it go but like I will never forget that for as long as I live. So
Oh my God.
bottom line, restriction is not the way to go because you're going to end up stealing from your roommate like because you feel so like deprived of something.
Yeah, like you'll end up binging, and I experienced that. I think with food, I went through in when I was in the dorms in the dining hall with a friend, we decided like, we're gonna try to be vegetarian for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, okay. Not a lot of time, but that's what we thought was a good idea, 2 weeks. And so we would like go in the dining hall, we'd only have like a salad, and then slowly, because I didn't know anything about health, I was like, you know what? French fries, that's vegetarian. And I started eating things that were technically vegetarian, but not the purpose as to why I decided to go on this diet.
Right.
Um, and after that, I was like, I don't want to be vegetarian. I had like this whole mindset about like going on that type of diet ever again, but I didn't even really understand why I was doing it and what you need to do to be on that diet. And for one, I shouldn't have become a vegetarian just to lose weight or something too.
Mhm.
Like you have to find a good reason to do something other than just vanity or like making other people think that you're healthy or that you are losing weight and things like that. I think what really saved me in college was discovering group fitness classes.
Yeah.
Zumba,
Yes.
I fucking love Zumba. I I think I had a little bit of a panic when I graduated from college. I didn't have access to Zumba as easily, but I think having understanding that Zumba is high intensity cardio dancing, but it was fun. And
Mhm.
having that different alternative, I was like, "Oh my God, like I do like cardio when I can have fun."
Yeah.
It's not running,
Mhm.
not running, but it was fun.
We hate running here. That is the
We don't
bottom
like it.
line.
We don't
We
like it.
we hate it.
I
I
tried.
hate
If
it.
you if you know, if you know how I can love running, I mean, let me know, but it probably won't change my mind. I've
Right?
I've watched I've watched many videos as to be like, how can you, become a runner and stuff? How can you start love running? These little tips and stuff. I have not stuck to any of them, and it's
Mm-mm.
just because I just don't prefer running.
No. Running is just not the thing. It's not my thing. Gosh.
If you
What
love it though, good for
yeah,
you.
dude, good for you. Like whatever we say we don't like, but you just keep doing you. If
Yeah.
you are enjoying yourself and you're having a good time and you are not hurting yourself or anybody else, you keep doing what you're
We're
doing.
not trying to yuck yums here. We're just
No,
explaining our opinion.
our hate for running.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. Just this is what we have gone through and this is what we've been thinking about.
Mhm.
I feel like ab challenges or
Oh my God.
squat challenges were
Oh
such
my
a
God.
big thing freshman year, that like that was the thing to do. That was the popular thing to do. And I remember like making pacts with my friends, like even you and Amanda, and I would be like, yeah, we're gonna stick to the squat challenge and we're gonna do it and like it's gonna be great and we're gonna have like fucking fat asses by the end.
Yes.
You just fucking
That
wait.
is our goal.
That is our goal, to get a fat ass. Still my goal, by the way, but like in a healthier way. Okay. So, yeah, I remember that was such a big thing. And it's like, even though I'm held accountable by all of my friends and we all want the same thing and we're all striving towards the same thing, I could I still could not stick with it. I could not go through with it and I was not happy. I would dread the moment that I would have to do the challenge every single day
Yeah.
and it would never ever ever get done.
No.
Yeah, it was just, and like, then I realized that the reason why it never got done is because I did not enjoy it. I was
Mhm.
not enjoying myself and I could not stick to it because it was just the bane of my existence.
It was dreadful,
It was
especially when
terrible.
you had to do it. I think the one that we did together was like 30 days of lower body, and it was like lunges,
30 days of
squats, and things
hell.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think I remember like you and Amanda, you guys would do it together because you live close to each other, but you guys dropped off like the last few days. And my mentality was like, I fucking hated it. But I told myself, like, if you don't complete it, you're a fucking loser. You're a
Right.
failure. And I
Absolutely.
also because I knew that you and Amanda were doing it, I'm like, they're gonna finish and you're not gonna finish. Isn't that gonna suck for you?
Yeah.
And so I finished, and I mean, Tanisha and Amanda ended up finishing a few days later. They like took a few days of pause. But I don't remember ever feeling like accomplished by it. And I don't
Right.
really think I knew to even keep track of any progress. It was more of like I did it, so I should have achieved what I wanted, but I
Yes.
didn't.
And what people do not tell you, what these Twitter or what Pinterest and so infographics don't tell you about these challenges, is your results will not be permanent. Because in order for
No.
them to be permanent, you have to continue doing that.
Yeah.
And you have to continue improving on doing that too,
Hmm.
which just like I feel duped. I felt duped when I figured that out. And I just like, it makes me sad to think about like all of the girls who followed these challenges and they were just like, I am a fucking failure because I did not do it. And
Yeah.
like, I know that is so many people because it
Hmm.
was so easy for me to get sucked into that. So,
Yeah. You know, if you ever did not complete a challenge, you're not a fucking failure. You're a normal fucking person, because many
yeah.
people, either if they do
Hmm.
finish the challenge, they don't enjoy it, or they don't finish the challenge because they know there are more things to life.
Yeah. They figured out how to be smart earlier than we
Yeah.
did. Oh
Like
my gosh.
I do currently follow some challenges, mostly because I love Blogilates, so I'm open to doing her challenges.
Hmm.
And I did an ab challenge with her, and there was like one move that I hated so much, so I like substituted for something else. That's a healthy way. So like if you hate something, don't just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Try to substitute it if you really want to get through the challenge. And then after the challenge, I fucking had abs, guys. Like I was proud of myself. I was
Wow.
like, "Ooh, like where did these come
Yes.
from,
Yes,
you know?"
queen.
But then like a week later they were gone. And did I want to do that ab challenge to get them again? No. It was
No.
nice when they were there, but I'll see you another time or something maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll
We're gonna
see.
get there. We're gonna get there, but we're gonna get there in a healthy, sustainable
In a
way. That's how we're
healthy
gonna get
way.
there.
That
Yeah.
exactly.
And we're
And I think
definitely, oh, go ahead.
no, no, you go. What were you gonna say?
Oh, we're definitely not trying to demonize challenges, like Kimai
No.
said. It's just do not beat yourself up if you do
Yeah.
not end up completing it, because that will wreck you mentally.
Yeah.
Not
I
good
mean,
for
I
you.
know there are some people who really need those challenges to keep themselves accountable, and they
Hmm.
enjoy it, and
Yeah.
that's something sustainable for them. If
Yeah.
that is sustainable for you, keep going at it. I support you. I adore you, I guess,
Okay,
for,
yes.
yeah, or
Hand out the
I
love.
adore
Hand
you.
it
There you
out.
go. Good job. Good job for
Yes.
doing that. Because I mean, for me personally, I need at least 2 rest days now. Like, and that's the weekend for me. I used to work out 7 days a week, and I never got a break. I was like, okay, after this week is over, there's the next week. Like, there's what else is there? I just got to keep going. And
Mhm.
then there's even a point in time where I did leg day 3 times a week.
Which is that's too much for
I
me.
had I had great gains, but I hated myself. I was
Right.
like, is it worth it? Is this worth
Right.
it? I also was trying to have a booty while also trying to lose weight. And if
Which
you
is
want to
really
have a
hard.
it's really hard because if you're trying to gain muscle, you need to eat more. But if you're
Yeah.
trying to lose weight, you need to limit your caloric intake. So I was
Mhm.
doing two opposite things at the same time, and it was terrible for me.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you are maybe not immersed in like fitness information or like the fitness space on social media, you might not know this, but there is a lot of truth when people say you can either have abs or you can have a butt, and you cannot
Yeah.
have both, or you cannot aim for both at the same time,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
for abs, you need to be in a caloric deficit
Yeah.
pretty much. And then for a big ass booty, you need to eat as
Mhm.
you need to eat more to be in a caloric surplus.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, just touching on like you hating your life doing leg day 3 days a week. Like you also said something like if you don't like something, don't keep doing it.
Mhm.
I feel those things so hard because I would include, if you guys know what Bulgarian split squats are,
Oh my
they're the
God.
fucking devil. You
They
prop
are.
one of your back legs. Okay, like imagine you're doing a lunge and you prop your back leg on like a step or something, and then all of that weight is in your front leg when you like bend down, when you lunge
I
down.
feel it
Okay,
everywhere.
look it up on Google. Okay, it sucked. I hated it. Those were the that exercise was the sole reason why I did not like leg day for a long, long time. And I kept telling myself, I have to keep doing this. I have to stick to like this consistent program in order to see
Yeah.
any kind of results. But the truth is, you don't have to do any exercise you don't want to do.
No.
You can always sub it out for something else. And it's like, okay, if doing leg day 3 days a week makes your life hell, why are you doing 3 days a
Yeah,
week, right?
why?
You could do two, you could do shorter sessions,
Mhm.
but make it something that is achievable for you,
Yeah,
like
because and then
whoever you
once it's
are,
achievable, it's sustainable.
right?
And I
And
took a long time to figure that out.
yeah, and we talk about sustainability a lot. So by saying to have a sustainable routine, like that's saying like, okay, can you picture yourself doing this routine for an extended period of time, and can you make sure that you're happy and you are content with doing this for an extended period of time? If you cannot, that routine is not sustainable for you. You got to tweak it a little bit to
Yeah.
like make it fit your lifestyle,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, and I think like I'm gonna go back to Zumba. That was something that I enjoyed so much that I did it 5 days a week, like every day.
Mhm.
That was my cardio, and then I would go and do weights that I had no idea what to do about. But I learned later. But Zumba helped me lose a lot of weight and kept me active. And I think it was like about an hour or something of
Yeah.
dancing, and it was so
Yeah.
fun. And I would have friends there too, so that was really good. Um, but also with Zumba, that's when I started opening myself up to looking at Instagram influencers and following their routines and stuff like that. And I felt like I was finally getting like a good routine in college.
I mean, let's touch on Zumba again. So, Kimai, you're really, really good at Zumba and you have good rhythm and you can dance. And Zumba is basically dance cardio, right? And she looks amazing while doing it. I would
Thanks.
join Kimai in Zumba, but did I enjoy it as much? No. And the reason why is probably because I did not look that graceful and beautiful while I was doing Zumba. Okay, I'm not coordinated. If you teach me choreography, good luck. It's going to take me a year. at least to like understand what the fuck is going on, because I will think one thing and then my body will be like, oh, you want your foot up there? No, bitch, I said I want your hand down there. And I will just be very confused.
She's
Okay.
not that bad. She's not that bad. We had to do some dances for Ebor. You're not
Oh
that
my
bad.
God. It feels that bad though, because when you're next to a queen like him, oh my
Oh
God,
my
like
God.
it's just impossible to like be that amazing. Um, but yeah, so I did not enjoy Zumba as much as Kimai. So personally, I would not have been able to do it as frequently as her because I did not enjoy it that much. So that
Mhm.
is an example of finding something that works for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about after college? Do you have anything, or did you address what you did during college?
Well, okay, so I guess we can talk about my evolution of fitness. Like, we'll
Yeah.
start back at soccer, okay? So,
Okay.
soccer is like elementary school all the way up until high school, okay? Which was a very team oriented sport.
Yeah.
So, when I was dropped out of that and I was like, okay, I have to work out individually, I was like, what do I do? Immediately, I was like, okay, let me run outdoors and let me do exercises because those are things that I was taught to do in soccer. So, like, those are familiar to me and I feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
So I did that for a while. I would run outside without music because soccer teaches you to be able to do that, and it was kind of hell, okay? Because I cannot do
Without
anything
music?
without music now.
My
Um,
God.
yeah, and then I say, okay, I would force my friends basically to run from school to the park with me to like our friend's house. And I say force because like I couldn't imagine why people didn't want to run with me, but really I was a fucking asshole. Okay, because I was
Sounds like it.
forcing my toxic mentality of fitness onto my friends. So like I understand that now. So I did that. And then when I got into college first year, I did treadmill running, like running
Fun.
indoors. Yeah,
Great.
so fucking fun. Okay. And I remember multiple times guys from my dorm would come up to me, like, because the treadmills were in the front of the gym when we had
Yeah.
the old gym at UCR. And they would be like, you look like you're working really hard, but you look like you're having a terrible time. And I would laugh it off and be like, no, like, this is great. Like, I love it. But like,
Oh
really, I
my
was
God.
like, save me. Please help me. Like, don't just tell me I look terrible.
Through
Okay. Just,
through your tears, you're like, I am an avid runner.
I love this so much. I'm also not a good runner. Okay. And then I would also do fitness classes. I like Zumba too. And I did a class called Ab Attack.
Oh yeah, ab attack and glute something, glute oh something.
Boot camp, I don't know. Booty boot camp, I
Booty
don't
boot
know.
camp?
It's
Whatever.
alliteration, so I feel like it sounds good. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just making that up. But I would do those things and still trying to figure out how to fitness individually. Right. Then I got into home workout videos and the challenges, like I said, and Blogilates because other friends of mine introduced her videos to me, right? And I dabbled in weight machines for the first time, but I would only go if I had another friend there because I was so intimidated by being in
Mhm.
the gym. I was like, I don't know what this machine does.
Yeah.
Everyone is looking at me like I
You
don't
don't wanna
fucking
look
know what to do.
stupid.
Yes, and like I felt stupid as soon as I walked in the door. Like that's
Me too.
how scared I was.
Like, they know you don't belong
Yeah,
here
it's like they
yet.
absolutely know. Oh my goodness. But and then I also did intramural sports. So I did soccer and basketball. I wasn't good at basketball. I'm short as fuck. Okay, but like I still did it and it was fun, but like I fucking died. Um I also want to mention that when I would run at the gym, I would go so hard that there would be times where like I had to sit down after because I was lightheaded and I felt nauseous. Like I felt like I had to throw up because I went too hard. But
Jeez.
I was like, it doesn't matter how I feel this day. It doesn't matter if I'm having a bad day. I have to meet this goal. So I would like go until I would like almost pass out.
Oh my God.
And that I almost passed out in the middle of the weight room once. Like I had to sit on the floor and like people were like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Like my friend was with me, but like all of the employees were like, "Oh my God, are you fucking okay?" And it's like if I talk to you, I might throw up. So I was just silently like with my head between my knees, like trying to like compose myself. So like horror story, like don't run yourself into the ground. Don't do that.
No, don't
Not
do that.
healthy. Don't do that. But that was what was going on at that time.
Yeah.
So that's everything
Your evolution of
until college.
fitness.
Until college, yeah. And during this time after soccer, I had no consistency with fitness. I had no sustainability, and I definitely had no fulfillment. And I would beat myself up like mentally every time I did not complete what I had set out to do. So still toxic. We're still toxic.
Relatable, but
Yeah.
toxic.
Yeah, dude. But so do you want to talk about after college then?
Yeah, I think after college, I actually lived near UCR for a while and then I went to the gym still. So that's when I kind of dabbled more with like weights. I also did, what Tanisha did. We did group fitness classes. So I remember doing like ab attack and then I'm gonna just call it booty boot camp. I don't know if it
All
is,
right,
but
sounds
we're gonna
good.
call it that ab attack and booty boot camp. We would do that like before Zumba and then we'd go to Zumba. So that would be like
Yeah.
my workout. I think on like Tuesdays and Wednesdays or something.
We were very impressed with ourselves, at least I
Yeah.
was like, but it was
And
hard.
it was hard. It was so hard. Like Yachty's hard.
She's freaking
She's
she's a
really good.
queen. She's a
Yeah.
queen.
She's a queen. Shout out to Yachty.
Yeah.
Um, but after college, I kind of went into the same kind of routine where I tried. So I went to like 24-hour fitness and I did some of their group classes. Zumba wasn't as fun as UCR instructors, but
Mhm,
it worked.
mhm.
And then after I would go to the like weight room and lift whatever I could. And at that time I was following like Whitney Simmons, mostly Whitney Simmons, and then another girl named Yulia. Like they were really
Oh,
good
yeah.
influences
Mhm.
on me and like what type of weights to use because they are so strong and I was so drawn to their authenticity, their honesty. And so I love Whitney Simmons and Yulia. So I would recommend y'all following them, but they really helped me understand more about like weights, what to use, and
Yeah.
also routines. I think that was key, like having a routine that was already set because I would definitely waste too much time thinking about what I wanted to do. And
Mhm.
then if I went into a gym not knowing what I was going to do, then I was, or not knowing what to use, then I definitely did not get a good workout in as much as I could if I was prepared or something. Like but that was hard for me to do in the beginning when I wasn't familiar with it.
Yeah.
So I got more familiar, and then my fitness routine mainly became weightlifting. And I would literally just follow like whatever they said. Like this is how I work out, so I would try
Mhm.
to follow them.
Yes.
Um, but I think luckily, these women that I was following was also very interested in sharing the mental health aspect of it and like not forcing yourself to do what you don't want. And that's how I became more open to it because for the first time in my fitness journey, there were people telling me that I don't need to lift this much, even though they can, or they have bad days. So it's okay to have a bad day. And I think after college, that was kind of where I was at. And I think that what really helped me was my fitness account, which we can get into later. But what
Yeah.
about you after college?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So after college, this actually aligns with the time that I stayed with Kim Mai because I lived in Kim Mai's house for like, I don't know, maybe not even a year, like less than a year. And during that time, this doesn't have anything to do with Kim Mai herself. Kim Mai is an angel and we love Kim Mai, okay? But during this time I do believe that like I had a small period of like depression and I was inside a lot because I was studying for like things after school, okay? And I did not go outside much and I told myself like I would work out every day because all I'm doing is studying, but that
Mhm.
didn't really happen. I would only work out when Kim Mai would invite me to work out, or like we would go to another group fitness class. But during that time, I was very unmotivated to do good things for myself and my mental health. Okay. And then after that, like I ended up moving home and I told myself, okay, like I see that I know that Kim Mai is lifting weights, and I know that she follows these amazing women on Instagram who have taught her different things about fitness, and I see her doing it, and she's close to me, so like she's within reach, so I know that I can do it too, right? And I told myself, okay, like let's get a gym membership and let's commit. And when I started going to the gym consistently, I told myself I also I think it's a great idea for me to create a fitness account for myself too, and post my workouts, track my workouts, because at the time it was still very important for me to know that other people knew I was working out. So that was a way for me to be held accountable. Maybe not the healthiest way to start it, but that's what ended up working for me. And then so I started that in at the end of 2019, and
Mhm.
I still have that going now. And even from when I started till now, like my mental health is surrounding fitness is so much better now. And you can definitely see it in the pictures and my words and everything else too. So
Yeah.
it's just a really fun thing to see. Yeah. So that's, and now I am still following the same format that I followed in the beginning, which was just, work out at least 4 times a week, or like 3 to 4 times a week. And then if I do extra, then that's cool. But rest days were non-negotiable. So like that's what I follow right now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's it's pretty interesting. Well, I actually created my account. Okay. I tried to create an account before like Tanisha had told me that she had hers.
Hmm. Hmm.
And when I was trying to create it, I think at that time, like Instagram didn't link accounts yet or something. So you had to have like a different email. And so I tried to make a new account with a different email. And then they like asked me to confirm my identity. And it was a struggle because I forgot like this name that I had chosen because I was like,
Mm.
I'm just going to choose a random name, change it after. And so because of that huge barrier, I was like, you know what? It's a sign that I should not be making a fitness account. And then, and then like I think like a month or two later, Tanisha's like, oh, I have a fitness account if you want to follow, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, shoot. Like, yeah, I would love to. And then she influenced me to be like, you know what, maybe I'll take another shot at this, like trying to make an Instagram. So I tried. And at that time, you can connect accounts. So that's what I did. I was able to create mine. And I, again, like Tanisha, I have grown so much from the beginning of that account until now. Um, I I'll be honest, like when I was working out back then, I would compare myself to Tanisha, to other women,
Yes, me
and
too.
I would be like, "Oh my god, like Tanisha can lift that. I can lift that then, or I need to work that. Oh, Tanisha can do that, then I should be able to do that too." And then I would also compare myself because at that time she was the only other person who had a fitness account like I did, and we were working with each other.
Yeah.
We like motivated each other and we were very supportive of each other. But like for me, I was like, oh my God, like Tanisha looks so good, blah, blah, blah. And I would compare myself to things that I could never be like Tanisha because Tanisha has a different body makeup and
Just
physique than I do.
genetics are not the same,
Yeah.
obviously, as with any
Yeah.
other person. Yeah.
And so even though I started that Instagram and it was a lot of confidence that I needed to like push myself to do that,
Right.
I still struggled and until I got to a point where I was like, okay, I don't need to compare myself. And that wasn't something that happened on my own. It was by watching other women, like
Yeah.
honestly, like Whitney Simmons and Blogilates, they helped me a lot. To having other women talk about their stories and how they overcame it or their mentality now, that made me realize like, okay, I don't need to compare myself to anyone else except myself, and I can celebrate my own achievements regardless of what anyone else is achieving, you know? And so like Tanisha, she was doing like pull-ups and she also had access to weights when
Yeah.
like COVID hit and I
Hmm.
didn't. So I was doing like body weight Pilates and stuff. And I was okay with that. Like in the beginning, I was like, oh man, like I wish I had the equipment. But then after doing like Pilates, I realized that like I have my own strengths and like because
Right.
Tanisha would be like, I can't fucking like do Pilates anymore
No,
and stuff.
oh my God, her ab videos are like actually insane.
They
Impossible
they
to me now.
they
Yeah.
they destroy me for sure,
Crazy.
but, like, for me, because I enjoy it, I can, like, push myself to do it,
Yeah.
and but Tanisha doesn't do it because she does other stuff, and like that's okay.
Yeah.
And I think following her and other women, strong women, helped me find my own like confidence and my own voice. And I was able to project that into my Instagram. And honestly, that fitness Instagram is like an open diary for me. If you look through it, I started off with only wearing shirts, barely fully clothed, rare, just not
Evolution.
really, yeah. But now you can see me sporting a sports bra,
Yes.
just all of these different poses that I can do with my self timer. And I just I feel great, and I feel like
Yeah.
I don't need to prove myself to anyone else. If
Oh my God.
people
I'm gonna
hate what I
cry.
do, if
I
people
love
hate
it.
what I
I love it.
post, don't fucking follow me. And I
Fucking
also
right.
when I made my account public, that was also another huge step for me because we were private for a long time. When I made my account public, I addressed all of my like new followers saying like if my um if my post and the things
Yeah.
that I say are not helping you and you're not in the right mindset to accept these things or look at it in a positive way, unfollow me. Like, do
Hmm.
not follow me if you are not prepared or like secure with yourself yet, which is fine. Like, I had to do a lot of that too, where I was, muting people or like unfollowing people that weren't adding to a positive mental health for me. And so
Yes.
I encouraged everyone, like, okay, thank you for following me, but if you are having a hard time and like judging yourself by the things that I post for whatever reason, feel free to unfollow me and I don't take offense to it.
Yeah.
So,
That's that's so important to mention too, because definitely we're talking about influencers like Whitney Simmons, right?
mhm,
Um, not all fitness influencers or other influencers are created equal. Some of them will not be honest about their past struggles. They will pretend that everything is fine, has always been fine. And sometimes people have malicious intent, like, okay, I am not trained as a personal trainer, but I'm going to
no.
sell you this workout plan because like people are going to buy it and they're going to eat it up and I get paid, and that's all that matters, right? So you definitely have to be very aware of what kind of information you're consuming and how it's
Mhm.
affecting your mental health, and you have to think about like, is this good for me to be looking at every day?
Yeah, for
um,
sure.
but yeah, that's so important too. It's like you cannot accept certain things unless you are 100% ready to accept them.
Mhm.
um, Definitely when I started my account too, I would say there are three phases to my account. Okay, the first phase is from when I started until COVID hit. The second phase is during
Oh yeah.
COVID, and then the third phase is um, when I got back into the gym after COVID until right now, right? So the first phase, I was definitely trying to implement a routine that I could follow every week. And I was very, very, very strict on my routine. I would tell myself, okay, I have to do these Bulgarian split squats and I have to do them every single week. And I would dread leg day because of it. Okay. But I would follow a very strict program, which would consist of exact workouts that influencers posted, because I was
Yeah.
like, okay, they can do it. So like I can do it too. These exact exercises, these exact set and rep ranges, like I can do that because like look, they're doing it, right? And then this was before I realized that everybody is different, right? And
Yeah.
before I realized I could cater things to myself in order to make myself happy. Okay.
Mhm.
So during that time, you can see it in my photos too. Like if you scroll all the way down to the beginning, like I did not feel confident. I would try to hide my body as much as possible. I would intentionally cover half my face with my phone because I was like,
Same.
I'm shy. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and I so I followed this for a while. And honestly, I want to say thank God the gym shut down and COVID happened, because that's when I started having my mental shift.
Me
Now
too.
I have to work out at home. I have limited access to equipment. Like I only have like a few dumbbells and like a mat, whatever, and I have to make it work, right? And during that time, I was able to build my strength and my confidence and be more aware of the certain things that made me happy. And I could kind of shed all of the negativity that I had surrounding my time period at the gym when I had first started my account. And like you said, like I would definitely compare myself endlessly to you, to other influencers. Like I can see she's lifting 60 pounds. I can't do that. So now I feel like shit, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely had those moments. And then like, yeah, you are like knocking out these ab routines. And I'm just like, I would watch the video and be like, no, like not today. Okay. Um, but yeah, so I would compare myself to other girls, and that wasn't healthy for me. But having the time to be indoors, like with myself and really think things through during the COVID quarantine time, like that
Hmm.
helped me a lot. And then from when I started going back to the gym till now, I realized that I don't have to stick with something if I absolutely hate it. And again, a couple months ago, like I realized this is the happiest I've ever been. Fitness isn't on my mind 24/7. I don't feel like a failure if I miss a workout. And
Me too.
that is like the biggest flex that I could make about my fitness routine. Like
Yes.
that is, I never believed that I could get to the point where I could be happy with fitness and fitness could be a consistent part of my life. Like
Yeah.
I never thought that was possible. Oh my God. I love growth. I love
Me too.
this
Like I
is
feel
so
like
amazing.
we both have grown so much,
Yes,
and it's honestly amazing to talk about it. And that's why I wanted to talk about our fitness journey, because we have a lot of things that we can talk about regarding fitness, and we're touching
so
basically
much.
basically a little bit of everything. But I think it's really important to know that we didn't start off as fucking
Absolutely
confident
not.
as shit, you know?
Took years.
We didn't start off doing hip thrust
Oh my God.
with whatever pounds Tanisha does.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh. I also find it very important to mention, like, yeah, if my content doesn't resonate with you, like obviously I want like as much support as I can get, and I would love
Yeah.
to like support you and your journey too. But like if my content does not serve you in that current moment, it's
Mhm.
not good for your mental health. Like I do not want you to follow me. Don't do it.
Nope.
And
Yeah.
I definitely like I'm gonna warn you all right now. I put numbers like how much weight I'm lifting and like how many reps I'm doing. And eventually, I think that will get phased out because I do not think that is healthy for other people to start comparing
Mhm.
themselves to,
Yeah.
especially when you're starting out day one. I could not lift 2.5 pounds. Kim I can attest to this because we went to the gym once and like I could not like with my bicep lift 2.5 pounds consistently. And like I remember being so upset about that. But like fast forward to now, like how many years did it take me to be able to curl what I can now, whatever,
She's
right?
fucking
So
strong, guys.
I'm
I can't
trying.
even curl as much she
I'm
does.
trying.
She's been exposed to too many weights, not too many weights, but many weights where I'm
Just
like,
too
"Oh my
many.
God."
Oh
Like
my
I think at
goodness.
one point I was lifting heavier than you, but now you're definitely lifting heavier than me, and good job, girl.
Thank you. But dude, we also have to mention it's like the availability too. Like Kim Mai could want to lift like as frequently as I do right now, but she
Mhm.
hasn't been going to the gym, does not have access to those weights. So
Yeah.
obviously it would not be possible for her to like have the same amount of growth just in terms of weights because she doesn't have access to it. So
Yeah.
everything is very, very conditional too.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, so just like dude, like getting to the point where I am now and like being happy and like good with myself, like
Yeah.
it's like I don't really need this account anymore to keep me accountable and
Mhm.
get me to the gym anymore. I don't need that kind of like bragging on social media, like because that's what it was for me in the beginning, in order to me to be fulfilled, right? I don't need that
Yeah.
anymore. Now I'm just posting because like it makes me happy. Like I feel fucking pretty when like I post a picture. I feel fucking cute when I lift weights. I feel
Yes.
fucking cute when I can walk into the middle of the weight room and be like, "Move the fuck aside, boys. This is my fucking bench. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't like look at me because I will not look at you. My eye
No.
contact is with the floor and myself in the mirror, okay?"
Get
Um
out of here.
because fitness is like my time and my space in order to do something good for myself, and without like all of this struggle that we have told you about, like I would not have been able to make it to this point, so it definitely does take time for
Mhm.
sure.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think again, we're so much healthier mentally and physically.
yeah,
We're less critical of ourselves. And like honestly, I'm just thankful at what my body can do now. Before I'd
Yes.
be like, body, you can fucking do this. You better do this. But
Right.
now I'm like, you know
It was
what?
a threat.
Yeah, like, you know what? You don't want to do this extra sit up. That's fine. You
Yes.
did something at least, you know?
Yes.
Like I feel like so much more appreciative. And I think it's really important to be nicer to yourself. I think that's
Oh
what
my gosh.
really helped me. Like when I was just like, you don't fucking feel like working out today? That's fine.
Yeah.
You do you. You want to just do a 10-minute video instead of an hour workout? That's fine. At least you moved your body, you know? Be fucking nicer to yourself. And
Yeah.
I think we've touched upon, you know, where we are in fitness now, which is just much happier and healthier mentally and physically. But like, do you have any other advice that you'd want to give others
Oh my
built
gosh.
on
Well,
all the advice that we've
oh,
talked about already?
so much advice. Like, damn, if you guys want to reach out to me and talk, like I got all fucking day, okay? Like I'm
Yeah.
excited about this topic.
We're here to support you too.
Yes, because I wherever you are in your journey, I can like unless you are like 100% secure in yourself because I
Yeah.
don't think I'm there yet. There's
I'm
always
not
work
there
to be
yet. You
done.
you can coach
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like any part of your journey where you're at, if you feel like you're stuck, like I've been there. I could
Mhm.
possibly be there in the future when my life
Yeah.
changes, but like now I am better equipped to deal with it because of all the experiences I went through,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Um okay, so definitely comparison is the thief of joy. Like, do not compare yourself
Thief
to
of
other
joy.
people. Like, I know you cannot help it because I still cannot help it,
No,
okay?
yeah.
But like I said before, like if I have been lifting in the gym for 300 days, like I have done 300 days worth of workouts, okay? And you come into the gym day 1 and you look at me and you say like, "Wow, like her form is really good. Like she looks really good. She doesn't look like she's dying and she's lifting more weight than me." It is not fair for you to compare yourself at day 1 to my day 300 because
No.
like it's night and day. Like that is just the worst thing I think you can do to yourself during that time.
And
But
even
yeah.
with different, even if the person you're comparing yourself to has a longer relationship with fitness or whatever, different bodies, different goals too. Like I think
Yeah.
what would your goals are different than mine. Like for me,
Right.
I want to be slimmer and I want to be more toned. And what are your goals?
My goals are to get fucking strong and get a big butt. Like
See?
okay.
You can't compare these. You can't, I can't compare to myself to Tanisha. She can't compare herself to me because we have different goals.
Right.
Like I'm not, I mean, okay, yeah, I want a big booty, but that's not my ultimate goal. And
Mhm.
so it's okay that Tanisha is lifting so much during leg days. But for me, I'm like, okay, well, I want to do like Pilates because it incorporates a little bit of cardio and a little
Yeah.
bit of like oh, also lengthening. So like I want to be more flexible, things like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
So everyone has different goals, so
Right.
you really can't compare yourself,
Mhm.
period.
And there's so much information out there, especially with I feel like people are more aware of mental health in the first place, so it's easier to find information that is fed to you in a way that is digestible no matter what stage of your journey you are at. So you're always going to be able to find good information out there that's telling you like, okay, if you want to get a big booty, this is what you have to do in order to do it safely and
Hmm.
to be okay during your period of
Yeah.
transformation, right? So whatever you're aiming to do, like you can find all of this research online. We are not experts. I don't know if
No,
that's
we're
clear,
not.
but like
Sorry.
we have our accounts for fun, like that's it. We just enjoy doing that, but there are so many good resources out there,
Yeah,
honestly.
there really are.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, another word of advice is that your body is yours, embrace it and love it. And it ties into be nicer to yourself. I think
Yes.
that's the biggest advice I want to give. Be nicer to yourself and know that like your body is yours. The harder you are on yourself, the worse things will get.
Yeah.
I think once you realize that your body does a lot of great things, you have a lot of potential, that's when you're going to be able to achieve those goals that you have. Because if you keep beating yourself up, you're not going to be able to grow
Right.
safely. You
Hmm.
know, you're going to always be on like edge. Or I also think, even though like your mentality, if you're mean to yourself, your body feels it, it affects you, and you just won't perform as well. So just be fucking nice to yourself.
Yeah.
I used to really be like, you're a fucking loser if you can't hold this plank. You can keep going, like, and I
Oh,
would
that
like literally
hits me
punch the
so hard.
ground and stuff. I'd be like, why the fuck can I do it? I would like punch my stomach. I mean, not like crazy hard. I'd just be like, where are like my abs, or like, why am I not strong enough? And that would fucking hurt me physically and mentally.
Right.
And it would not encourage me to try again.
Hmm.
So just be fucking nice to yourself. Mental health
Yeah.
is so important. And I think once you have a good grasp on how you approach certain situations and how you can be a little bit more positive, then your physique will follow that eventually.
Yeah. I mean, I think we both definitely started with fitness. Okay, like disregarding sports, I think we started working out for ourselves mostly because we wanted to change our physical appearance, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
But I did not see real growth and change until I started accepting what I enjoyed more, until I started accepting that like sometimes you're going to have good days, sometimes you're going to have bad days.
For sure.
And again, like touching on beating yourself up, like if you beat yourself up every single day, you're going to be exhausted. And the more you do it, the more you wear yourself down. You're not going to want to show up that next day and put in the work to get to where you want to be later. And then eventually, like you might just stop altogether. And I definitely had a period of like yo-yoing between like, oh, I should do running, I should do ab workouts only, I should, and it was never consistent until I found something that I loved. So I really do encourage you guys to find something that you love, that is active. So
Hmm.
whether that's running, like the
If
devil in my life, whether it
if
is
you
running,
like it,
if you
go
like
for
it,
it.
please do it. Okay, somebody has to. Okay, it's just not
Running
going to
is
be me.
it's a great source of cardio.
Yes, it's just not my source of
No,
cardio
it's
for
not.
sure. If you like running, if you like, I don't know, if you like wakeboarding, if you like
Okay.
rock climbing,
Yes.
if you like what is it, spin classes, like
Yeah,
there are
yeah.
so many
So many
versions,
options now.
yes, of activity that you can do, and
Mhm.
you just got to find the right thing that makes you happy, that you want to get up every day, okay, maybe like every other day, to
Maybe
do that thing.
remember to rest, okay? Rest days
Rest
are
is very
important,
important. Oh my
okay?
gosh. So much advice. Okay. Um and yeah, so again, like with the comparison thing, the only time I believe you should compare yourself is if you're comparing yourself to you. If you are
Yeah.
comparing yourself to what you were last year,
Mhm.
um, it really did help me when I no longer had like a physique goal, like when I wasn't like, oh, I just want like a tiny waist, like when that wasn't my goal anymore. And I started looking at, okay, next time I'm going to lift a little bit more weight than I did last time. And I can see my numbers progress. Like that has been the most motivating thing to me.
Yeah.
So finding a performance goal. So like for Kimai, it could be like, okay, instead of stopping at the certain point in the video, I'm going to do the whole video next time, or like work my way up to get to that point.
Yeah.
So a performance goal, or like what, being able to do a pull up,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
or many in
that's
a
a
row.
goal of
Yeah.
mine eventually.
Yeah.
I'm trying, guys, but it's hard, okay?
Yeah.
But again, like going off of that, compare yourself to yourself,
Yeah.
but don't beat yourself up if you didn't reach those goals. You have plenty of
Absolutely.
time to reach them. You have plenty of time to adjust it. If you made a goal and you haven't reached it, maybe that just wasn't attainable for you at that
Mm-hmm.
time. Make a little adjustment. Like maybe you wanted to do a full tricep push-up in a month, but you're still struggling and you are still on your knees. Maybe do like 10 tricep push up on your knees,
Yeah.
things that are attainable, and then you'll get to your goal. Because
Yeah.
girl and men and
Yes,
people out there,
everyone.
everyone out there, I could not do a freaking tricep push up any time of day. I couldn't even think about it. Okay. It was so far fetched for me. And then I decided to train myself to get better
Yeah.
at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like different sets. I did on my knees. And then now I can do one tricep push up. I used to be able to do more, but then that was not my goal anymore.
Yeah, that's
It's
okay.
okay. Okay. At least I can still do
Yeah,
one. Okay.
definitely. Yeah, I mean, like another point there is like you do have to like practice makes perfect. You
Hmm.
cannot be good at something overnight, which is definitely
No.
something I struggled with, like, and made me think like I was a failure if I didn't accomplish something. But yeah, man, I feel like it's also helpful though to not have like a time goal. It's like I
Yeah.
want to do this within a month or like I want to do this within a year. Like you don't have to put that pressure on yourself
Yeah,
because
that's true too.
you can make this something sustainable that can last for you your whole life and you can be happy. And I feel like you and I are an example of that. Okay. Um, so you can be like, okay, I want to reach this goal eventually. And like, I think that's amazing. And like, that is a great goal. Like, just to be able to do it one
Yeah.
day, like, I feel like that would be really helpful too. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, if you're starting out and you don't know. Hmm.
Yeah, like Tanisha, she's a queen of pull-ups, but
Oh my God.
I'm not beating myself up because eventually I will get there. And
Hmm.
then while she's doing 5 push-ups, if I can at least do
Oh
one,
my God.
I'd be proud of myself.
Oh my
And I'm being completely honest, okay? Like I'm okay, maybe it sounds like I'm not, but I'm being completely honest. Girl, if I can do one pull-up, that's a good day,
No,
okay?
pull-ups are fucking hard, okay? Like, dude, like push-ups and pull-ups are just like they're very difficult, okay,
Yeah,
for
they
me.
are.
Um,
But
yeah, and you have to keep in mind time frame and everything too. Like if Kim and I started doing pull-ups when I started doing them, like we'd probably like be around the same strength or something. Like, but because she started so much later, like we have to keep in mind, like, it's not possible, like if you compare 100 days of work to like maybe like 50,
like
it's gonna be
0, I
different.
still haven't
Oh,
started, sorry.
okay. All right. The honesty. We're here to spill
Yeah.
truths today.
Dude, now that I've said it, people are
That's the
gonna like
tea.
ask me, they're gonna be like, "How's your pull-up progress?" I'm like,
Oh my God.
I'm
I
still on
mean,
day 0."
do you see my friend here? Every time I have like a freaking Zoom call, people are like, hey, do a pull up for us. And I'm like, I mean, like, I want you to look at me because like I love myself and I think I look great. So yeah, I'm gonna do one for you. But like
She
also
looks
like don't
good.
ask me.
Yeah. Like, don't ask me. Oh
Yeah,
my
like
God.
no,
But let me just go
stop.
do 5.
No. Yeah. Oh my God.
All right. Anything else, Tanisha? Anything you want to let our fans know?
Oh my gosh. Like, let's just hammer in mental health is your number one priority.
Yes.
If you are not happy, if you do not feel good, don't keep doing that thing that doesn't make you feel
Yeah.
good,
Find what
okay?
you love because there's
Right.
something out there for you.
Definitely.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's so many things you could be doing. And if you guys want to do something that doesn't match up with what we're doing and you're not going through maybe the exact pathway that we went through to get to where we are now, like that's okay. Everybody is going to be different. You are
Hmm.
your own person and everybody is going to have their own unique journey and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And be nice to yourself like you
Be nice
mentioned.
to yourself. I really hope whoever or all of y'all who are listening to this, I hope this helped you, whether you could relate to it or it helps you kind of understand whether what to expect when you're going on your own fitness journey. There are going to be ups and downs, and I just hope you all are able to be nicer to yourself and embrace yourself a lot faster than Tanisha and I did with us sharing this experience with
Yeah.
y'all. But if you need any support, you can do it. Let's go, guys.
Yes.
There's your
Okay.
support.
We
You
will
can do it.
support you forever. We're rooting for you. If you want to talk to me, go ahead and like DM me, text me. I don't care. We can talk all night. Okay.
She's not lying.
Personally, I'm not lying.
She's not.
I can talk about this all day. Okay. But yeah, maybe we can like wrap up with a little bit like a summary of like what your account is, maybe, and then like mention your account and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So my fitness Instagram is at focus_my. Um, it was supposed to be like, study and fitness and stuff because that's what Tanisha's was too. And so I was like, okay, focus. I gotta focus and I'm my, so
I
focus
love
my.
your handle, by the way.
Thanks. And so if y'all want to follow me on at focus_my, feel free to do so. It's literally an open forum for me. Like I say whatever the fuck I want on there, and I take whatever fuck pictures I want on there that I feel like makes me look good. It's mostly because I feel like the activewear I have makes me look cute, and having those photos, it encourages me and also lets me kind of keep track of like how I've grown and stuff.
Right.
And then I try to just talk about like my day or how I'm feeling. So if y'all want to follow me, I'm there.
At focus_my.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about you?
Okay, so my account is TNT Fit Study with like no breaks or anything in between. Okay, TNT is my initials, fit for fitness, and then study because originally I was gonna document like my studies and how that was going, but we're just gonna take it as a study about my fitness journey. Okay, like
Yeah.
that's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
TNT
Studying
Fit
your
Study.
life. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. So I just share my workouts. My account is public now. I just made it public today, by the way. So
Yay!
many have joined the club.
Congrats.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my God.
like,
I saw those hashtags.
oh
Wow.
my God, random people are already texting me. Okay, it's so wonderful. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
um, I just share my workouts. I share my general thoughts for the day. It really is more, I think, fitness based than can my comments that I make, because I feel like yours are about like just how you are in life, and then mine is just about my workout. But yeah, and like selfies obviously every day, and sometimes like I'll throw in a video or two or something like that because
Dude,
I
yeah, one
enjoy
day
those and those are fun.
One day I want to be like Tanisha and make and post videos. I'm not there yet, but I
My
appreciate
God,
that she does it. It encourages me.
dude, one day we'll get together in person and like we can film each other. These are what
Ooh.
my dreams are now. Okay, guys, like this is what my dreams consist of. And also because I enjoy seeing where other people get their active wear and their sports bra and leggings. Like I have decided that I'm going to share where all of mine are from, because I have too much active wear now, and like somebody needs to be passionate about it with
She's
me.
easily swayed.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's easily swayed when it
Whether
comes to
that's good or
activewear.
not.
And like I want more activewear, but I also have like a limit to how much I can spend and feel okay with myself.
I mean, same, but like I think I give in a little bit more than Kim I. So just make sure that you are taking care of yourself first and foremost. Try not to compare yourself to other people. You are going to get where you want to get in time. It'll definitely take work, mental and physical work, but eventually you will get there. And I feel like Kimai and I can both attest to it gets better over time.
It
And
gets so much fucking better,
yes,
guys. You will get
eventually
through it.
you will get to a place where you are 100% okay with yourselves. And
Mhm.
by the time we get there, you will be there too, and we can celebrate together.
Yeah, let's celebrate wherever you're at in your journey.
Yeah.
We will celebrate. And we will have other fitness topics, mental health topics coming up as well. So if you feel like we didn't go in depth to anything that you wanted to go in depth in, DM us, let us know what you're interested in so we know.
Yeah, we love talking about fitness,
Yeah.
okay? Yeah. So, and again, if you guys want to follow us, our kind of tempted Instagram account is also following our fitness accounts as well as our personal accounts. So you guys
Mhm.
can check us out there.
Yeah.
So Kimai, her account is at focus_my, MAI, and mine is at TNT Fit Study. So yeah, check us out on Instagram. And that's it for our episode, guys. Thanks for listening.
Remember to follow us also on Instagram at kinda.tempted, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.